G'day mate, welcome back to Captain of Industry with me, Jetty. Today's episode is all going to be about big trucks. Because, let's admit it, everybody likes a big truck and you cannot lie. So, if you like big trucks, can you do me a favor? Can you click the like button? At the same time, I need to thank you guys. Everybody who's new to the channel, just found the channel from Captain of Industry, or, well, Dyson Sphere, or Factorio, or any of the other automation games I've played over the last couple of years. I need to thank you guys for, well, everything you're doing. Clicking the like button on the videos, sharing them with your friends, the new subscribers. Also, I need to give a special shout out to those that are going above and beyond. Those that either have noticed or I've mentioned it during a couple of videos, that the videos are ad-free. We run an ad at the start because, well, I have to. Otherwise YouTube tanks the videos because YouTube doesn't make any money. Therefore, they're not a free video hosting program. They make money from the ads. Therefore, you have to run some sort of ad. So there's an ad at the start, there's an ad at the end, but the rest of the video is completely ad-free because some of you, and those that are, I very, very much appreciate it, are going above and beyond and you're supporting the channel. And whether that is clicking the join button, which is beside the subscribe button, which is beside the like button, both of which you should have already clicked, and joining the channel for $1 per month, becoming a member, or whether they're heading over to Patreon and just saying, look, no, I like Jetty so much, I'm just going to do 12 months up front. 12 months up front, $2 per month, 20 bucks, done, dusted. It's all appreciated, okay? If enough people choose to support the channel, it means I can keep doing this, we can keep not having ads, and we can keep the channel alive. But what I want to do is I want to give a special shout out to those that are going above and beyond and name some trucks after them. So our very first truck is going to be Krill, I hope. I'm assuming the E is silent. I'm assuming I know how to pronounce words. I am Australian, it's entirely possible I have no idea. But either way, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you for choosing to support the channel. Like I said, it starts at $1 per month. But I want to make it, accessible enough that I can never hear the argument. I can't afford it because I'm pretty sure most people can afford $1 per month. But with that out of the way, next thing we want to do is we want to talk about probably this long list here. So we went and explored a location. We found some loot. We also found all the places not to visit. It's like anytime I go on holidays, I found all the places I don't want to go. We're going to send the ship out and hopefully find another place that I do want to go, not a place I don't want to go. We did find an extra colony, an extra settlement. It looks like a great settlement, except there's nothing here except the ability to buy cargo ships. I'm assuming they're a more advanced settlement than what we are, and all they do is they sell cargo ships for 600 parts, 600 tier 3 parts, which is, what, 2,400 tier 1 parts? Yeah, that's a little bit. Okay, so we're not going to go visit them. That I don't have the 600 parts, and I don't really think it's worth 20 uni. Not at my stage, especially when I have 2 boats, and I only have 1 in use. So, yes. Same time, yeah, we can get rid of those. Same time, research. I'm going to unpause these guys. I paused them just for a moment so I can do the intro because we are so close to finishing the next research, which means I need to talk through our research. So, steel smelting, we did that last episode. Don't have to worry about that anymore. I do need to look at, what's it called? Research is finished. Great. It is, no, I don't remember. I don't know which one it is. I think it's maybe we might have cleared it last episode. But I need to convert the fuel gas, which we're going to set up an alert on, notify if full. I need to clear the fuel gas and turn it into something. I can do that with an air separator and a cracking unit. So a cracking unit is going to bring in the fuel gas. There we go. And add that to oxygen, like so. And then output diesel. And I am going to literally set this up as a temporary building. Okay, we're going to end up removing this in the future. I'm going to set you to keep empty, and I need 2 smokestacks, one to deal with the carbon dioxide, the other one to deal with the nitrogen. We're lucky that only one of us poisons. One of them poisons the people, the other one's perfectly fine, and we're going to build that. At the same time, I'm going to set you up an alert to notify me if down to 25%. The idea being that you make 6 fuel gas. You consume 36 fuel gas. So I don't need this running flat out. You output 36 oxygen. So with that and that, I can basically turn the system on, run it for a little while, convert everything in the tank, and then basically pause everything. Pause everything, come back to it later, re-resume it when that is full, because it's going to take a long time to fill up at 5 per minute, and that holds 360. Yeah, so I don't need to run this full time. Also, it uses a decent amount of power. But free diesel's free diesel, so we're going to take it. We're going to pause you guys. I don't need that, or that. I found another place not to visit. Good on you, JD. Come all the way home. Great. All right, so that's one thing I want to talk about. Next thing I want to talk about is belts. So I have the little iron smelter that could. Did do a tutorial video on exactly how to build this iron smelter, and it's pumping out flat out. As you can see, there's a catch. These guys aren't really outputting because the belt moves 60 items per second. You make 12, you make 12, you make 12, you make 12. That's 48. 48 on the other side is more than 60. So what I need to do is I need to upgrade this belt to tier 2, which then has a throughput of 200. So I also need to upgrade that one. If I upgrade those two belts, we can now output the full, 96 per minute, which is a lot, which should keep this system running. Should keep this system running well and truly. I need you. Yeah, no, that should be fine. Okay. All right. So that's one thing I need to do. Second thing I need to do is I need to talk about these excavators. These excavators now no longer have a home. We need to remove their home. I also need to take their dump, and I want to copy their dump first and move it over here, because we're going to be moving this crew. We're going to be putting them up on the top of the hill, and we're going to setting them a new assigned route of unpause. There we go. Setting them an assigned route of flattening out this hill. This hill is a bit of a horrible place. It's full of all sorts of bumps. It's also full of iron, which is convenient because somebody happened to build an iron smelter, a steel smelter, right here. So we're just going to have them clear cut everything. I could dig into the mountain, and I probably will dig into the mountain in the future. But for right now, we're just going to clear cut the whole area. Actually, I might not do that. Yeah, we might plan right ahead and flatten that there. Put in a ramp, and that's going to miss entirely. Okay, if I ramp R up. Oh god, that's a ramp and a half. Okay. Never mind, there's still iron ore out there. Okay, we're going to plan in that ramp in advance. You can move it one tile, it's not worth it. All of that place. Okay, so we're going to set these guys up, all 4 of them, with 6 friends, I think. We're not going to have them dump that there. And at the same time, I need them to import their iron ore there, which will then go to there, which will then go to there. I need to set this the same as the other one, because we want an advanced logistics loop. So you guys are going to put iron ore into here. It'll flow into here, which is marked to, if it's full, to be able to empty it. You are marked that if you... Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So you're meant to bring iron ore in here. That's a closed system, okay? If that's full, that means that's full, which means that's full. Okay, if that's full, great. If that's full, you can take iron ore out of here, and you can bring it across to here in the general network. So the general trucks, not the ones in that little closed network, can bring it across to here. This one is meant to bring iron ore in here. At the same time, we're going to also set them up a backup route to take it over to this one as well, with the exact same principle in mind. So these are going to bring iron ore to here, well, here first. If this is full, therefore that is full, therefore that is full. If this is full and the other one, its neighboring one that has just to bring in some iron ore, is not full, we can have the general truck crew, not these dedicated trucks, come over here, grab iron ore from here, take it over there. Out of fuel. You'll sort it out in a minute. These are set to empty because of advanced logistics. We want that stuff to go away. But I'm willing to bet idiots are bringing it over and dumping it here to then having somebody else pick it up from those two and remove it. You know what? We're just going to cut our losses. You guys can go away because we're done, because we have access to this area. I am not going to send the tree harvesters over here just yet. Oh, that's the issue. It's fixed. All right, I'm not going to send the tree harvesters over here yet. I want to have them finish shaving this part of the island first. Okay, so that's that. Going through our tech list, we've talked about conveyor belts. The fuel station we'll touch on very, very quickly. It's a fuel station. It holds 40 fuel. If I upgrade it, it holds more than 40 fuel. I don't really need to upgrade them because every one of them currently is being fed with a tank in the back, and the trucks can fill up from either fuel station or from the tank. It's either or. So I don't need to worry about that just yet. I do need to worry about some more workers. I'm going to unpause you for a moment and get... we might be okay. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. Next thing I need to talk about was... So that's the fuel station. It's boring. Water recovery. Water recovery is something that we actually do need to talk about desperately because we are pumping groundwater out here, and we're at 44%. The only way this goes back up is when it rains. Now, I have this one pumping water to make our concrete slabs. I have this one pumping to do oil. I have this one and this one pumping to do water for both the housing. Also, export off, import off, export off. Yep. Also, water into the farms and also into copper. So we're going fuel gas. There we go. It's low. We can pause you and pause you. Cool. And you'll tell me again when it's empty and when it's full. All right. So we're pumping a little bit of water here, which means I want to save what I can. Now, the water we're pumping here is running two directions. One, it's going into this boiler, which is making steam, which then runs oil. I sort of need that. I can't really turn that off. This one is creating steam to burn off some of the excess fluids, and at the same time making some power, which is basically free power. We did get access to, with the water recovery, we got access to a cooling tower. Cooling tower brings in either high pressure steam, low pressure steam, or depleted steam, and turns half it back into water, which I want to plug in right there. To do that, I'm going to need to basically plug that right there, which then means I need a pipe, and I need to put in a balancer right here, because I want to be able to prioritize where the water goes. Can I please delete that pipe? Oh, yes. Okay. We want to transport. I want a pipe balancer. I'm going to jam that in right there. We're going to unity build that for a second, and I want to priority in from this one. And we're going to delete, not that, but that. Hold down control. It'll instantly disappear with unity. And then I'm going to plug that right in there. Now, I am going to give myself an extra one tile gap in case I need to do the other one. I don't see us needing to do the other one because we'll end up replacing... I think we're going to end up replacing this power plant. I don't actually need the extra turbine. Sort of get ahead of myself last episode, but it's there. All right, so we're going to put on that. That's going to recover half the water. So I'm still pumping 48 water into here. We're turning 36 of it. This is not running full time, so it's running 36 water into this process, plus about 12 water into this process. And then of the 12 water, we're getting 6 back. We've saved a tiny bit of water, not a lot, but it's something. Okay, I can close that until it pops back up. Yeah, so we've saved a little bit of water. I need to do something else in the long run, but we're just like kicking the problem down the street. Next one I need to do is this one. This is consuming 48 water constantly to run this boiler to provide, well, we're only using half the power, so it's using a decent amount of power. I want to recover that water, and we're going to do that with obviously some cooling towers. I'm going to put one there, one here, and one here, because somebody built a pipe in the middle and didn't really pay attention. We want to bring you out a tile, and I'm going to bring it over the generators. Okay, you might complain about how it looks, and I'm not worried because I know in the not too distant future we'll be rebuilding power again because we get some more upgrades, and I want to plug that in there. Now, because you're plugged in there, I want you to be a priority in, and that's going to be your one job in life. You are going to bring in all the water here from the cooling towers first, and then, well, we'll just use the excess from the main pipe, which now means I need to remove you and you, and I need to remove you and you, And I sort of need you at least running, because I need to plug in some pipes in a hurry. I probably should have paused the game. I'm going to go there to there to there. I'm going to go there to there, there to there, there to there. Probably should need to build that in a hurry. There to there, and there to there. Okay. So, you need to build everything there. You need to build everything there. I don't think I have to go through the effort of uni building these guys, so we're just going to unpause them. They'll get there in good time. Okay, so that's that one spoken about. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to uni boost you, because we have 148 parts, which is not a lot. Believe me. Believe me, it's not a lot. So they'll get done, and they're 30 parts each. So we have 20 parts to our name. Great. See? Expensive. Alright. I like big trucks, and I cannot lie. That's right. Alright, so we're going to have buildings for vehicles. We currently have a vehicle depot. It's somewhere. I believe it's right here, because it keeps complaining. Can I set you down to there, please? And we have a vehicle depot, too. The difference being, he's bigger, he's meaner, he's nastier, he has belt and pipe inputs at the back, and he makes the bigger trucks. Okay, this is just limited to little trucks. This makes the slightly bigger versions. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about is the tree harvester. Tree harvester lets you get trees and harvest trees faster. Now, if you pop on this, you know, try and blah, 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 mate, there's plenty of service trucks to keep up with the amount of harvested wood. He's about twice as fast. But considering how quickly I'm shaving the island, I honestly don't see a point. Okay, they're still working on this. We've got access to this down here. They can come do that. So I'm not going to build a tree harvester Mark II. Okay, a excavator Mark II requires 80 parts, 40 steel, and 27 diesel, compared to 40, 20, and 10. But this guy has a bucket capacity of 6. This guy has a bucket capacity of 20. Ooh, very different. Very different. So I want some of these guys. Okay. At the same time, our trucks, which were 20, 10, and 5, are now 40, 30, and 15. So a lot higher cost. But these guys hold 20, and these guys hold 60. So I want a whole bunch of these. Which means we can go here, and I can say, go away. We're done with you. At the same time, this is where we're making vehicle parts. We're not making vehicle parts anymore. Okay. We're going to make that go away. And we're going to make that little belt go away too. Yep. Because we're going to be moving the whole process across the map. Main reason we're going to be doing that is I need an assembler, an electric assembler. We need to make vehicle part 2. Now, vehicle part 2 requires vehicle part 1, which we know about, plus it requires steel and glass. Now, the problem we're going to have is we get access to large vehicles a little while ago, and we get access to glass here, which you might say is a bit of a problem. It sort of is, but it sort of isn't. What we can do is, you know that trading dock that we've been ignoring for like 10 episodes now? It turns out you can go on that trading dock and you can convert 10 construction part 3 into 20 glass. Now, 20 glass is not a lot, but for every 1 glass, we get 2 vehicle parts. So if I get 20 glass, that's 40 parts. I can make one of those. So it actually means this guy costs 20, what is it? You are 1 to 2. You need 40, which is 20, which is, go back to there. It is 10. Okay, so it's 10 construction part 3, which after converting ends up being the 40 mechanical part 2, plus 30 rubber, plus 15 diesel. Diesel's fine, rubber's fine, glass, we're just going to have to buy it. So first thing I want to do is actually want to come in here. I want to buy 2 of these, because that's going to put the price up. And it means every single time the price comes back down, I need to buy more. And we're just going to keep doing that so we can replace some of the vehicles. Because obviously, the more bigger trucks I have running around, the more things we can do. Okay? This is what I was talking about. Yeah. Stop dumping. I didn't mean for you guys to dump there. Bad trucks. You took out a retaining wall. You can't leave them unsupervised at all. At all. Burns vehicles. Retaining wall corner. Retaining wall long. Yeah. Corner. Yeah, I'm going to put a corner piece in there. There's trash in my iron mine. Bloody... okay. Alright, close that. Okay, so that talks about large vehicles. It also talks about water recovery. Also talks about the tree harvester and the research lab. Oh, research lab. Okay, so we need to make these. Let's go there. Let's go there. Alright, so to make those, I need to bring in steel. I also need to bring in glass. Glass obviously going to have to come in by a truck. And I also want a storage... Hang on, how many? That holds 360 parts. That holds 180 parts. You are 80 parts a pop, so we're going to go with a big storage. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to make vehicle parts, which... No, we want to pick up everything and rotate it around and flip it. One more tile. Yes, I want to make vehicle parts, and I want to put them into storage, and then from storage, I want to run them into there, just to save on truck transport time. In fact, you can slide over one more tile. Cool. That's going to be the first thing I want to do. Next thing I want to do is, you're going to obviously need to have in steel, and also glass, and vehicle parts 1. If I copy one of these, this is a electric machine 2, you make 12 parts. We only need 6. So I don't want a machine 2. I want an electric one. And I want to select that recipe. Okay. So you're going to make parts 1, which we're going to bring from there into there. Okay. Plus I need to bring in steel. Let's just pretend we have an imaginary steel belt, which goes in there. I probably can't, can I? No. Alright. Well, we'll just have a... Yes, belt. That's exactly what I wanted. Steel belt. Goes in there. Okay. Where you come from, we'll work that out in a minute. Okay. So you are going to need 2 items. You're going to need iron and... 3 items. Iron, mechanical parts, and electronics. So iron, we're going to have to bring in. Mechanical parts, I'm going to choose to bring in as well. Because I don't want to have the hassle of bringing copper and copper and copper and rubber. I don't want to bring copper and rubber over here to make electronics, and iron I'm going to have to bring across anyway. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need mechanical parts. Now, mechanical parts, I have 2 options. I can actually make them from iron, or we just got the tech to make them that direction, right? I don't honestly know. Yeah, that direction. We just got the ability to make them from steel. So we're using 15 to make 12, which means they cost a little bit more than 1 iron each. When we do it 12 steel for 24 parts, steel is 24 to give us 24. 24 to give us 12. So it is actually a 2 to 1, but it is 12 for 24, so it's actually more efficient, okay? It's more efficient. So we're going to wrap our mechanical parts into there, okay? So we're going to bring mechanical parts in, which means I need steel. Conveniently, we have steel on the hill. Great. Next thing we're going to need, and it just happens to be that I have mechanical parts right here, is going to be science. Science is mechanical parts and electronics, which we happen to have right here to make lab equipment. Okay, and then to make the better lab equipment for the next layer of science, I need to have the better machine, and I need to run this recipe, which is 24 plus 6 liquid nitrogen. Oh, that liquid nitrogen that we planned last episode. Yep. To give us 12 lab equipment 3. Now, lab equipment 3, if we just go into buildings research lab, and I drop that down, we can see that it needs 4 per minute. So I want to make 4 per minute, which is 12 if I have 3 labs, which needs 24 of those. You make 12. You're an electric assembly. If I use an electric assembly Mark II, we could do this recipe, which then makes 48. So my best option is actually running that and paying a unity cost on it, or upgrading the bigger and better machine. Bigger and better machine is an extra 10 kilowatts worth of power and 2 people. Long term, we're just going to upgrade the machine. Cancel. I didn't need you to actually be built. I wanted a ghost. I want to do that. Long term, we're going to upgrade the machine. Okay, that's going to be the long term goal. Okay, but let's pick all this up and move it over there. Pick those guys up, move them over there too. It means I need to get that somewhere. I need to get that somewhere else. Let's go with right there. And you need to have mechanical parts, which we're making right here, plugged in there. You also need to have, hang on, let's do our steel. Steel, which is this belt needs to come. Can I join a ramp? You're not ramped. Steel needs to come into there. Great. All right, done. You are iron and mechanic, iron and electronics, which is iron goes in there, electronics goes in there, and electronics comes over to here. And that's your 2 ingredients done, which is going to give us our lab equipment. Our lab equipment, like I said, it goes into this machine, which needs lab equipment 1. Can I slide you right the way over, please? Thank you. Lab equipment 1, plus we need that liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen comes from this machine, which we're going to intentionally put all the way over here, because we happen to have a belt of steel right here. So, steel belt, which is going to pretend to come in like so, yep, needs to get plugged into this machine. Now, I think the easiest way to do that is bring it at ground level up to there. That's ramped. Okay, but we could do that. I will settle for that without an issue. I could move it all over by a tile, but it's not really an issue. And we need to bring in a pipe of nitrogen. Okay, so if I bring steel over here and I bring nitrogen over here, we can then make our liquid nitrogen, which we're going to wrap right around the side, plug into that one. Once we get to here, I need 3 labs, which conveniently, at least we have the shape of over here. So I want this shape. Nope. This shape. There we go. And I would plug those, of course. Cut all that. Move it over. I would put those wrapped around the vehicle lab. We're going to move it out 1 tile and down 1 tile. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is it's probably better if I elaborate with this one. I want to make sure I have possibly enough room to run a belt this way, because not these ones, they're not actually the ones we're building. We're going to be building these ones, have the ability to kick recyclables out the rear. Okay, the smaller ones do as well, but we're probably going to get into recycling fairly quickly, because recycling is, you know, important for the environment. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to run that around and into there, leaving me a 1 tile gap to bring a belt around from these guys out to wherever we're going to take recycling. We could bring it that way as well. Do I want to go that way or that way? Probably going to do it around the right-hand side rather than left. So in that case, there instead. And we're going to remove that bit of belt and run that there instead. And then it means that recycling belt would go, well, no. It would go that way. Why are you at 1 tile up? You shouldn't be 1 tile up. Oh, because there is actually no room between that and that. We can run the out this way. Whatever, we can work that out later. As long as I got 1 tile at the back. Now, one other important thing I needed to have is truck. Show navigation. I need to get access into here. I need to get access in here for 2 reasons. 1, to bring all the lab equipment. 1, that we have somewhere in the map and shove it in this machine. So I need truck input on. 2, I need to get the lab equipment 2 out to physically build these. These cost lab equipment and 120 parts, threes. So they're not cheap. Okay, same applies to this one. I need truck import on, because when we scrap a truck, we get back number one parts, which need to be picked up and put in here, because this doesn't have an output. It's going to be done with trucks. Also, we have a certain amount of parts in storage that I want to get rid of. So, up one bar, so at least they work. And as far as I can tell, that's the whole build. So, I want to slide it to the right as far as I can. We're going to go left a couple of tiles, just a couple. Because I now need to get this pipe and this belt down the hill. Now, Captain of Industry tries its hardest, but it's not very good at running belts and pipes up and down hills and making sure vehicles can path underneath. So we're going to be doing lots of short little runs, hoping to keep this as high as possible, because I definitely do not want to block off the trucks going around and under that build. But that should be our pipe. Okay, that was probably the easier of the two. And this is our belt. Again, I'm going to come up to height 3. And we're just going to do a very short run, repeatedly. Yep, stopping as often as possible, making sure the belt stays as high as possible. And bring it to there, bring it to here, and then bring it to there. Okay, now I can unpause the game, grab a truck, and show navigation. And unfortunately, oh no, it calculated. Yes, they can get under there. They can't get under at this end, and that's just due to how those pylons are. Can I... Let's remove that. Straight up to height 3. Height 3. Height 3. Maybe? Maybe? Come back up. Show navigation. I need them to do the calculations. They won't always do the calculations on things that aren't built. No, they're not really doing the calculations. Oh, they've done some of them. Yeah, the pylons are still too close to one another up here. That's fine. It's fine. That should give us everything we need. Oh, no. There's one other thing we needed. We need that fuel. That fuel, which we were bringing over here to do the trucks, is now going to do... Come on, T. No, you won't show me the pipe. All right, that's going to do... Wrong buttons. Wrong buttons everywhere. That's going to do that. And that fuel depot is going to go right here. And you'll get fed... Oh, back a tile. And you'll get fed from the exact same belt. And diesel. V. That's the button I want. And we'll slide that all the way up. And now we're done. Now, before I do anything else, because I've just noticed... Oh, shit, they are all of iron. Okay. I did not expect that to happen. I sort of expected more crap to be found. Okay, so that means that one's full of iron. That one is full of iron. All right, so steel's not a problem anymore. Okay, so with all that done, I need to build this. Yes. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do Unity on the things that are cheap, being that pipe, that belt, that storage, that storage, that belt, that belt, that belt, all the belts. Because belts are cheap, they are just parts 2. That one, storage, both of those. That's parts 2. That's small belts. We can afford those. That's small belts. Now, you make... No, you're parts 2. I can afford you. Done. You are parts 3 to make mechanical parts. Well, your truck parts. Let's start with truck parts. Truck parts is definitely on the goal and on the list of things that I want to have done. So let's start with truck parts. That now means truck parts can be made. Also, you're on import on, which means this. We're going to mark for deletion. Okay. Am I? No. I'm going to press that button, that's for sure. So that's going to empty the vehicle parts. Now, the vehicle parts should get brought over here and dumped into here. Along with steel, which is flowing. Not flowing, because I didn't enable that belt. Okay, once that belt's enabled, we'll start flowing. Just like the liquid nitrogen. Oh, the nitrogen's all the way down here, but you're not built yet either. Okay, so You're going to bring in electronics, which we're going to drag all the way up. You're going to bring in iron, which we're going to drag all the way up. Steel's going to get its way down here. I don't need parts 1 yet. So we don't need to do that. I do need mechanical parts 2? No, because we have a whole bunch of lab equipment already. In fact, we do need to do a quick cull over here, which is everything there. I don't need any of that anymore. Yeah, which is full of lab equipment. That can all get packed up, dragged off, and brought over here and fed into that machine. That machine I do need. That's a belt. Belts are cheap. We can do the belt. Even though it's in 8 different pieces. 10 different pieces. 12 different pieces. Sheesh. Alright, so that'll get that one. They can bring in the lab equipment. They're going to need liquid nitrogen, which we don't have in a way to make yet, which means I need to enable that machine and that little pipe. Alright, so that's going to give us liquid nitrogen. You can get steel in, you can get nitrogen in. You're going to output liquid nitrogen onto that belt, which will feed into here, which is being filled up with lab equipment. And then we're going to have truck import on as well. And I'm actually going to pause the belt because I don't want them output, because I need this. But before I build that, I think I definitely want that belt, and I want that belt. And I want to look at the markets, and oh look, price come back down. Cool. We'll put another 2. And it now means I can do this. And we can... Well, I can't quick deliver because, well, I don't have the vehicle parts. But that is 2, that is 4, that is 6, that is 8, that is 10. I'm going to build 10 trucks right off the bat. No, it's not worth speeding you up. We're going to speed you up with Uni for right now, because I want a truck. Now, I do have a problem with vehicle limit reach, which means I'm going to click that button. And that truck is going to come in here. It's going to open the garage, and it's never going to come back out. We don't ask where it went. It's just to a happy place. Okay. Cannot reach destination. What destination? Him. Because he got himself stuck? Probably. Can you not dig that? That is nothing but dirt. What were you riding, and can you not? Okay. You can probably now reach that? Yeah, I thought so. You, on the other hand, are trying to go to where? Off. Solved. Okay. Come on, big trucky. I want a big truck. I want a big truck. Bump, bump. It takes a while. Alright. We can unpause that. Yeah, we might as well start dumping parts into it. It's going to be a minute. A long minute. And first big truck. Come on. There we go. There's our very first big truck. Now, these guys, same amount of drivers, a decent amount more fuel. Yeah. Twice the maintenance cost. But they carry 60 to these guys holding 20. Which means I am probably the harder working crews. I am probably going to put you straight onto this crew. Yep. Why? Because this crew is clearing out soil, and most of the time they're literally waiting for the trucks to pick stuff up. They are so quick at getting this done because it's just the topsoil. So yes, we're going to send the big trucks out to deal with projects like this. Projects like this that are quick and are actually holding up other projects. Because if I don't get rid of the topsoil first, what ends up happening is it drops into here, and then we have to deal with it in here. And I can have you guys come out one more tile, please. I hope. Yeah, coal goes that way. We should be able to. Yeah, because we have all this soil. Wait. That's not inside the zone. We have all this soil. That's what all the brown stuff is. It's all soil and grass and crap that's dropped into the mine. But I don't want in the mine, funnily enough. So, we're going to set up the big trucks to go do that. Why do we have... Oh, fixed. Okay. And you are still pumping them out, and we're going to have another one not too distant future. Now, I could probably put a rubber storage over here. Actually, let's just really quickly experiment. Can I get a belt out? Can I get a belt in? F, I can get a belt in. Alright, in that case, we might just very quickly... buildings, don't I want storage? I want a unit storage. I'm going to assume I can reach from there. We're going to bring you out. I will settle for a full roundabout, actually. Roundabout? Not roundabout? Oh, full loop-to-loop, because sometimes you just have to. Alright, and we're going to set you to be rubber. I'm going to drag that up one. We're going to unpause that. Actually, we're going to set a decent amount, yeah. Because you need 30 rubber per hit, which is not a lot. And vehicle limit reached, but it's built. So you dropped off some parts. Goodbye. And that could go away, which means... Oh, nope, you were the next victim. Okay. So we're going to keep scrapping trucks one at a time. I'm going to keep replacing them with the bigger ones. After we've got 10... Sorry about that. After we've got 10, we will then... Yes, you guys have done the lab stuff. Alright, unpause. Unpause and unpause. After we've got the 10, we'll then start working on some bigger and better excavators. And yes, I'm going to have to start swapping over some of the crews. Oh. Okay, no idea where the truck went. Well, there we go. He's taking the job of 2 of the little trucks. Yeah. Massive difference. So that should do a whole lot of optimization. It does mean next episode we need to come back. We're going to have to probably do something about copper, because copper is... Actually, copper's okay. Copper we need to probably do something with in the not too distant future. We also need to do something about oil, because we're slowly poisoning the people by polluting their water. They're okay with it so far, but yeah, and we also have a groundwater problem. So we probably need to set up some sort of desalination, converting the salt water into something a little bit more drinkable and hospitable, because that's still going down. Yeah, we need to do something about that too. All right, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. I do hope you enjoy the sight of Big Trucky Boys. And yes, this was a combination of a number of things. Just to sort of, you know, clean up some of the stuff we had, remove some of the stuff we had. Oh, there goes a big truck. Vehicle limit. Can I find another one, please? Preferably not something who doesn't have stuff in the... Oh. Cool. Scrap. Yeah, I want to replace some of the trucks. I want to replace some of the trucks, and... sorry, this build was just... It was a combination of everything was close, and it was ideally placed. In the end, we're going to end up bringing steel, moving steel, boxing steel up, bringing it over here to make construction part 3 and other stuff right here. But that will be a future episode after we tweak like 8 other things, because there are other things that are more pressing right now. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, especially the fact that it's been a longer episode than I intended, but it's also been completely ad-free. All right, that's it. We're out. See you next one. Bye.